Guys, so today I have swatches of the Essie Electric Neon collection for summer 2016. There are 6 polishes here, and then we also have a special Prime and Pop base coat for neons. It's just a white base coat. So I did show all of these over the white base coat. So yeah, 6 polishes in this collection, and I will get into the swatches. So the first polish is called Stencil Me In, and this is a light yellowy lime green. And all of these swatches are going to be over the new Essie Prime and Pop white base coat. And my brush on this one is really messed up, so my application might be a little goofy. So here's one coat. So this one covers pretty well over that white. It's very even and it's really, really bright, like much brighter than it is in the bottle. I'm going to do a second coat just to match the color a little bit, but I think you could probably get away with one just because it is so even. The formula is good, and going back to talking about how even it is, usually with the lighter colors, the pinks, the oranges, the yellows, and these lighter greens, they always apply really evenly over white. It's when you get into the purples, the blues, and the darker greens that they start being a pain in the butt. So here is 2 coats. This one does get a bit more green on 2 coats. I'd actually think I like this color maybe even a little bit better, though it does look very neon yellow on 1 coat, which I appreciate. And like most neons, this one does dry matte, so you will want a top coat if you want it shiny. So there is 2 coats of Stencil Me In. I did want to show you, this is 1 coat of that Prime and Pop base coat. It's a little patchy, it's a little bit streaky, but it actually covers pretty well for a white on 1 coat, and I think with some of these darker colors, you probably could get away with just doing 1 coat of this white base coat. I'm going to do 2 anyway, but I think when you get to like this dark purple and dark blue, they're going to cover well enough that you could probably just get away with 1. Lighter colors though, probably better with 2 because those dark spots are going to show through the light colors. The next polish is called Gallery Gal, and this is a super neon, just slightly orangey pink. So here's 1 coat. This one also covers pretty well, pretty evenly, still a little bit streaky, but it comes off way more pink over that white than it does in the bottle. Good formula in this one as well. I keep having to dip back into the bottle because my bottle showed up kind of like a little tiny bit empty, and so I'm not dipping the brush far enough in because I'm expecting it to be completely full. So here's 2 coats. So this one definitely darkens up on the second coat. So I accidentally did a really thick coat on my pointer finger because I didn't have enough, and I had to go dip back into the bottle, and then I had too much. And you can see how much more orangey and dark it is on 2 coats here because they were thicker coats than it is on either one of these fingers. So you can really change the color as you layer the coats on. So there is 2 coats of Gallery Gal. The next polish is called On Maimi, and this is a bright neon orange. So here is 1 coat. So this polish covers okay over the white on the first coat. It's pretty streaky, takes a little bit of work just to try to even some of those streaks out, and it kind of wants to drag over that white instead of spreading out smoothly. So here is 2 coats. So this one covers that white up completely on 2 and becomes a much deeper orange. Well, deeper neon orange, if that makes any sense. Definitely much easier on the second coat than it was on that first coat over the white. So there is 2 coats of On Maimi. The next polish is called Off the Wall, and this is a bright neon pink. Here it is next to Gallery Gal, so you can see the difference. So here's 1 coat. So this one covers really well and even on that first coat over white. I think you could easily get away with just 1 coat over white for this one, but I am going to do 2 just to see if it darkens at all. This is a really nice color with just 1. So here is 2 coats. You can see that gets much darker on the second coat. So this is another one that you can really just layer it depending on what color you want because it does cover so even. So there is 2 coats of Off the Wall. The next polish is called the Fuchsia of Art, and this is that slightly reddy neon purple that we see in just about every neon collection. So here's 1 coat. And I have to say, for being a darker neon color, this actually covers pretty evenly. Usually when you get into these purples and blues, they get really streaky and you have to keep building them up to try to cover the streaks. It's a little bit streaky, but it's not terrible. And the formula is pretty good on this one as well. Formulas have felt the same throughout the whole collection. So here is 2 coats. And you can see it is still a little bit streaky on that second coat. You can see spots that are much lighter than others. So I am going to have to do a third to try to even this one out. And no, I can't cover the white on my nails when I'm doing live swatches. If I tried to cover the white completely from this angle, I would just be flooded, cuticles flooded everywhere. So here is 3 coats. There are still a few lighter spots on this one on 3 coats. I think you might be better off trying this one without the white base, because after 3 coats it gets dark enough that it will cover completely anyway, and then you won't have to deal with the light spots. So there is 3 coats of the Fuchsia of Art. So the next polish is called It To Wyn It, and this is lighter than the usual neon blue that you see in neon collections. It is a little bit more on the teal side as well, and that slight green property is not showing up on camera, but it is a little bit more green than it's showing. So here is 1 coat. This one is a little bit streaky on the first coat, not as bad as I expected it to be. The formula is the same as all the other ones in the collection. So here is 2 coats. So this one is still a little bit uneven on that second coat, even though it does darken quite a bit. I think you could probably get away with 2 coats with this one, but I'm going to do a third just to try to even it out. I think this one might end up being better off without a white base though, because I think that causes more problems than it fixes. Since by the time you get to that third coat, it's dark enough to have covered the nail line without the white base anyway. So here is 3 coats. So 3 coats does cover pretty evenly, but it makes the whole thing so dark that I don't really think you need the white base. I think if you're going to do 3 coats, you can just do it without the white. It's kind of how I always feel about these darker neon colors, but if the brand suggests layering them over white, even the dark colors, that's how I like to do the videos, just to kind of show them how the brand intended them to be worn. So there is 3 coats of It To Wyn It. So Stencil Me In was like a huge disappointment for me, color-wise, when I actually got it in the mail, because when I saw pictures of it, I thought it was Essie Funky Limelight, like reimagined. I thought it was another neon yellow from Essie, which that's like my #1 lemming polish. Like, I need that polish at any price. I need it. I just can't find it anywhere. But I thought this was going to be like that, and I was really, really excited, and then it came, and it's like way more green. However, when it goes over the white base, it does show a little bit brighter than it does in the bottle, and I still think it was my favorite out of the collection, even though it wasn't yellow. So that is the Essie Electric Neon collection. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will talk to you later. Bye.